Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The major advantage of the whole thing from my point of view was that it forced me to look at food in a whole new way and reevaluate its position in my life.
Continue watching to find out more.
No to vegan, cause you can get sick by the COVID-19 pandemic. You wouldn't care.
Esteemed viewers, if you happen to visit Cabo Verde, you can say Prazer Koshev to greet the lovely residents. It means a pleasure to meet you in Cape Verdean Creole, a local language and mother tongue of Cape Verdeans. My name is Anselmo. The people of sunny Cabo Verde pray for your inner peace and well-being. Welcome to the second part of Getting Spud Fit with Coach Andrew Taylor, vegan, an acclaimed Australian weight loss coach, former elite athlete, and one of the top 100 most influential vegans of 2017 as named by Plant-Based News. In the previous episode, we learned that Mr. Taylor discovered the benefits of an all-potato diet when he'd hit a very low point in his life. He knew that he needed to do something drastic to avoid a similar fate for his young son Teddy. With heaven's grace, Andrew was given a moment of clarity and understood that the cause of his problems was food addiction, especially with junk food. He knew he needed to treat eating as an addiction and quit all food except one healthy thing until he could overcome the habit. With a bit of research, he found Dr. John McDougall's work on an all-starch vegan diet and the amazing benefits of the humble potato. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Andrew made a commitment to himself that, with the support of his wife and a medical doctor who was also vegan like himself, he'd eat a potato-only diet until his addiction was overcome. On today's show, we will continue to explore Andrew's Spud Fit journey. To begin, Andrew set up 3 simple rules for his Spud diet. Rule number 1, he would eat only potatoes. Rule number 2, he could eat as much as he liked, as often as he wanted, and whenever he liked. Rule number 3, he could use vegan seasoning to make the potatoes taste better. Starting on the 1st of January 2016, Andrew was determined to see this new diet through for an entire year, so at his wife's suggestion, he began to document the experiment, which soon turned into the Spud Fit Challenge. Andrew's success story soon started spreading, and by the beginning of February, he was taking his first interview with the media. On the 43rd day of Andrew's potato diet, he was invited to appear on the doctor's television show in the United States. Dr. John McDougall was also invited to offer his professional opinion. More interviews came, and soon Andrew found himself up all night long, replying to emails from people worldwide with both questions and criticisms. This huge interest in what he was doing led to Andrew creating his SpudFit.com website to better serve all the people who sought more information or wanted help from him to try the SpudFit diet. Although the SpudFit diet is very easy to follow, as with any new diet, expert guidance should be sought and caution should be taken according to each individual's health condition. During the SpudFit challenge, Andrew had medical checkups all through the year to ensure he remained in good health. When beginning such a diet, one has to watch out for those craving attacks in the first couple of weeks.
In the first couple of weeks, it was pretty hard. I craved all sorts of things. But after the first couple of weeks, and especially after the first couple of months, there wasn't really a problem anymore.
The body also needs time to adjust to potatoes if they have not been consumed regularly.
My body was not used to eating this way, so it had to adjust to it. And part of that adjustment was getting a headache, getting some tummy aches, getting some digestive issues, things like that. But that all cleared up in 5 or 6 days, and then my body started feeling a lot better.
Based on the principles of Dr. John McDougall's low-fat, starch-based vegan diet, Mr. Taylor's SpudFit diet uses no oil for cooking.
I eat either boiled potatoes or mashed potatoes or baked potatoes, and that's pretty much it. My previous life, I was focused on recipes and trying to make sure my food was always exciting and enjoyable, and making sure that every eating experience was an exciting one. Whereas now it's a little bit different. I realized that a big part of my problem and a big part of why I got so overweight was all that. I was using food as a source of comfort and enjoyment and emotional support, and that was fueling my addiction.
This SpudFit diet has allowed Mr. Taylor to build a new relationship with food. Food is no longer the default source of pleasure for him. It is foremost the fuel for his body.
I try to focus on what I get out of eating potatoes rather than, trying to focus on making sure that my food's always delicious. I try to enjoy life and what the food gives me and how it allows me to live my life in a better way, a more enjoyable way, rather than just enjoying my food. Doing my potato-only SpudFit challenge was just about trying to change my relationship with food. The major advantage of the whole thing from my point of view was that it forced me to look at food in a whole new way and reevaluate its position in my life.
Mr. Taylor was right to reevaluate his relationship with food. We need to examine our relationship with the food we eat, especially when we are paying such a high price for eating animal people. In following our palates without much thought, we have traded our health, the planet's health, our moral compassion, and humanity's future for devastating natural disasters, ongoing COVID outbreaks, and more pandemics yet to come.
It is sad to think that the day on which we celebrate the coming of the Prince of Peace, to bring goodwill among men, is marked by the wholesale slaughter of the creatures. Reverend VA, homeschool, MA, vegetarian.
Eco-conscious viewers, we will pause for a moment to pray for heaven's grace to grant humans the wisdom to choose vegan foods that are good for our bodies and souls. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program, Getting Spud Fit with Coach Andrew Taylor, Vegan, Part 2 of 2. Mr. Taylor's new relationship with food echoes what our beloved Supreme Master Shin Hai has taught us. She has spoken on several occasions about the true purpose of eating.
Don't eat because of greed, that's all, okay? Eat enough to practice.
We should not eat too much. Physically and practically speaking, we can last longer. The more we eat, the less we will have. And other people will be hungry. And spiritually speaking, we should not eat too full, even with vegan food. During the time of initiation, I have told you to eat not too much, like 80%, full, and then 10% water, and leave another 10% at least for the light to enter your being.
Even it say that God told us, don't come to the dining table unless the angel of hunger tell you. We are taken care of, even with our meal, by the angel. So don't overdo anything. Okay, huh?
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
Master. We are grateful to Supreme Master Shin Hai for her insightful wisdom about the nature of food and why we should all take care with not only what we eat, but how much of it as well. Mr. Taylor has garnered a lot of fans through the Spud Fit Challenge. On New Year's Day 2017, he had his first non-potato meal at his graduation party in the presence of many supporters, including those watching the live stream on television. Mr. Taylor has compiled his story into 2 books, the DIY Spud Fit Challenge and Spud Fit, a whole food potato-based guide to eating and living. He also continues coaching others through the Spud Fit diet, with many successful weight loss stories now under his belt.
I still coach people to this day. I've written a couple of books and I have a couple of online programs. I think most people who are overweight do struggle with food addictions. I think the really important thing here is to focus on the psychology behind your choices and learning how to consistently make good choices and learning how to change your habits and behaviors. So yeah, there's a lot more to it than just eat potatoes. I still eat a lot of potatoes these days. I do eat a whole food plant-based diet. Sometimes I call it a whole foods potato-based diet because my emphasis is on starchy foods. I do eat a lot of rice and beans. I eat a lot of fruit, a lot of greens. But yeah, my emphasis is still on potatoes and yeah, I'm doing well. 5 years later, I'm still in great health and everything is good.
We sincerely thank Mr. Andrew Taylor for reminding us to rethink our relationship with food and for showing us the fascinating potential of the vegan diet to restore our well-being on many levels. May we all thrive on a wholesome, loving, and sustainable vegan diet. To learn more about Mr. Andrew Taylor, vegan, and his Spud Fit project, please visit spudfit.com.
Don't be vegan. The demons will never forgive you.
Insightful viewers, thank you for your company today. Coming up next is The Message God Sent to the Russian Army, Part 2 of 2, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May you have a great abundance of joy in all areas of your lives.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule. and suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VE
รายการของเรามีให้หลายภาษาโปรดดู suprememastertv.com/schedule และ suprememastertv.com/VE